Welcome to Spoiled to Perfection, the show that unlocks the magic behind food techniques such as pickling, fermenting, curing, salting, and curdling, just to name a few. I'm in the aging room at Bellwether Farms, a Sonoma County dairy and creamery owned and operated by the Callahan family. Today, we're going to be talking with Liam Callahan. How's it going, Liam?
It's going great.
All right. We're going to be talking about his amazing cheeses, and we're going to be talking about the adventures that his family had with sheep when they moved from the city to the country and they needed help mowing the grass.
We moved from San Francisco up to Petaluma in Sonoma County, and we had no plans on getting into agriculture, but by the end of the first summer, we had grass over 6 feet tall.
Oh my gosh. Realizing
we needed something, we found sheep. My mom fell in love with raising them, started the business of raising our sheep, selling some lamb. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we had a friend visit who was from the Middle East originally.
Okay.
Saw all the sheep on the hill and thought, hey, you guys have so many sheep, maybe you can milk them. We did some research and we found out that some of our favorite cheeses were sheep milk cheeses, and we had no idea.
And did you immediately start making cheese?
The first 2 years, 1990, 91, we rented space in a small goat dairy and made our cheeses on the weekend, and then immediately started going to farmers markets with them. The fun part was we were developing cheeses, so it encouraged us to continue trying things and perfect our recipes, and ultimately we have a set of cheeses that we generally sell throughout the year now, but we're constantly tinkering as well. There's known styles of cheese,
right.
and I'd like to make ultimately one from every style, because you can. In fact, we have a couple we're working on right now. So Garrett, here are a couple of the experiments I was talking about. These are two varieties here. This is a wash rind style cheese. Wash rind styles are characteristically orange. And this other cheese here is called Blackstone. It's our first mixed milk cheese, so we've taken cow and sheep's milk.
Are you making any cheese today? Can we go see something?
We are. We've got 2 vats going on right now. So Garrett, this is a vat of our whole milk ricotta.
Yeah.
We've already used the fermentation to produce the necessary acidity for this product, and that's going to give us a lot of great flavor as well.
You fermented this milk beforehand, okay?
Yeah, and that's a really unusual thing to do for ricotta. Normally, they just add vinegar or citric acid or something.
Right, some other kind of acid.
That's right, but we like the flavor we get from the natural lactic fermentation. We think it really helps out. And so then we start heating it up, because of course in Italian, ricotta means recooked. You are literally cooking it again.
Cooking again, yeah.
And that high temperature combined with the acidity destabilizes the protein, and it comes out in the form of ricotta. So as I'm starting to get into the temperature range, we can see on this spatula a slight break in the milk that lets me know that it's about to happen.
And when you say break in the milk, you mean it's the beginning of the whey and the curd separating?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, because what it initially starts to look like is a little bit of a thickening of the milk, and then you can actually start to see little flecks of curd on the spatula that, looking in the kettle, you can't see at all.
Right. And what temperature are we at right here? It feels very hot.
Yeah, all ricotta is made above 180 degrees. We're in the mid 180s.
Yeah. So nothing you want to be touching too much.
Yeah, you don't want to dip your finger in there, no. So again, I continue to watch, and if you get the reflection right in there, just right.
You're looking for just sort of a separation of the milk.
That's it. And once I see it clearly, I'll be sure to show you.
Sure.
But I do see the milk starting to thicken a little bit. This is the Carmody cheese that we make.
Carmody, yeah.
Yeah, and so this we cultured, fermented up in the vat, we cut. Once we get the curd to the right moisture content by stirring it and raising the temperature, it's time to fill the forms. So we just do them 6 at a time, and I can feel the curd is at the right firmness.
How firm does it feel? Can I feel it?
Sure.
So it feels just kind of, I don't know, soft and squishy.
Yeah,
a little bit, just a little bit.
But
firm?
there's a distinct shapes of curd. It's not paste. The texture of the curd tells us, you know, if we have the right amount of moisture left in that curd going into the wheels. And I can't feel that through work gloves.
Right.
I just can't.
Right. Such a subtle thing to feel.
Yeah. You know, when the curd hits against your skin, you can feel. And I know the feeling of my cheeses, so I know I'm in the range of moisture that I want.
Would it be possible for me to try it doing the form?
Sure.
Or is that not something?
No, we could try one.
All right. Okay, so I grab the valve.
Open that valve. And fully open, straight open, and then we'll just push it
pushing it in
into the forms.
So what do you think? I'm ruining all your cheese.
No, you're not at all. It's perfectly fine. Here, I'll finish it.
All right, all right. Thanks, that was fun.
Yeah. So we just have filled these, and the thing that surprises most people is how quickly that protein sticks together.
I was not expecting that.
It's very soft. You can see my handprint in there.
Yeah, right.
But then we will start our flipping.
Amazing. So you push down on it a little bit and then start flipping it over, or
you don't have to push it all.
flip it out and in. Can I give one a try?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So you just sort of flip it in here?
Yeah, it's a little bit like a pan, but it's a little tricky.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Oh,
You're
yes,
getting there.
yes.
Oh,
Too far.
Overshot.
Just like that?
That's it.
Yes.
So now the bottom side is under more pressure than the top, so we're helping it to drain evenly,
Better
top
draining.
and bottom, and also to make us have a nice smooth rind. So Garrett, we're going to scoop some ricotta now. Of course, we've heated this up quite a bit, so we always wear some gloves to protect our fingers. It's real nice heavy glove.
Just one glove?
One is fine. And so we'll scoop into the vat and just right down to the table with the baskets.
Just like that?
Yeah. And so just get it all the way under the curd so you get a full basket.
All the way under.
There you go.
And
scoop in like this.
Just like that?
Turn it. There you go. So once we have a good number of baskets filled first, we will start to top it off. And we'll just take this spoon and we'll just go around to the baskets. So Garrett, I want to show you the product of all our hard work.
Yeah.
Ricotta draining. We've gotten these out of the kettle. They come in here on this tray and rack. They cool down and drain. It takes about 90 minutes and they'll be ready for packaging. They'll be vacuumed whole so that the basket ships with the product. It's never disturbed. And that way it's really the most delicious and has the most tender texture.
Right, because it's not been handled too much.
That's right. The more you break ricotta, it becomes very coarse in texture, and you can feel that graininess on the tongue.
Right, gentle handling all the way through.
That's the secret. They'll be ready for our tasting tomorrow.
Yes.
Have a chance to introduce you to my wife, Diana.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey guys.
Hey Garrett, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How's it going today?
Great, really good.
All
I'm
right.
so glad you were able to come to the farm and watch us make cheese.
It was fantastic.
Today we're kind of doing what we call like Thanksgiving in a bowl. It's just beautiful. We love to take the retail basket ricotta, flip it outside like this, and take it out of the basket, and then slice it like a cake. You can kind of follow the die line on the basket.
Little slice here.
Right there. And then we've roasted some beautiful fall vegetables. Today we've done sweet potatoes, apples, pearl onions, and then a nice sage on the top of it. It's beautiful. So we'll put these roasted vegetables next to your ricotta right here.
All right.
And then you just kind of get to eat and enjoy the savory flavors of the vegetables and the fresh, delicious flavor of the ricotta. We do this at home a lot. During the summertime, we'll grill vegetables, some yellow squash, green squash, beautiful, big red onions, put it all on a big platter, and then people just kind of take it family style, the way you like to do it. This ricotta is so nice, you can just slice it like this and then drizzle your favorite herbs on top of it. But this flavor is amazing. And suddenly you're still tasting that delicious savoriness from the vegetables with this fresh ricotta. So good. What do you think?
It almost has a buttery sweetness to it.
Yeah, really nice. Especially when you hit that sweet potato.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet potato with the ricotta, so good.
It's magic.
It is magic. It's
and then with
magic.
the crispy little bit of sage on it,
The
nice
sage.
texture.
Really good.
That's fantastic.
The Italians, going back to the Italian roots of this whole cheese, keep ricotta out on the table kind of in lieu of butter all the time. They just keep it like this, slice it up, put it out on your plate, put it with your vegetables, with your bread, like we had on the bruschetta, put it on your pasta. It's just such a delightful cheese.
So room temperature is fine. You can leave it out all throughout your dinner and sort of
bring it
take
out
little
for the
pieces
meal.
out. Yeah.
It's really good. Today we've made some lemon ricotta pancakes. Liam will serve you up a pancake here. You'll notice it's so light and fluffy, super easy to make, beautiful lemon zest in there, and nice fluffy ricotta.
Yes.
Just delicious. Great way to start your Sunday morning.
Yeah. And mixing ricotta with pancake batter, that's so hot right now,
It is,
right?
It is trending now. Lemon pancakes, you see them on all the great menus and all the great food blogs, beautiful photos of them. Liam really likes them too.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about trying to feature the ricotta as a standalone product, but in this case, mixing it in really does bring something to the table. It's the lightest, most moist pancake you're ever going to have.
That's a great way to say it. It's light, it's moist, it's got the crispy texture on the outside and the creaminess, in the mouthfeel.
That's
it's
right.
Wonderful.
So Garrett, we spent a lot of time talking about our ricotta today.
Right.
But of course we make quite an assortment of aged cheeses as well. And when you're talking about aged cheeses, you're really talking about controlled spoilage. We are introducing a bacteria that wants to eat that milk.
Yeah.
And it's fermenting the milk sugars for us. And the result of that, if you do it right, is all the variety of cheeses out there.
With the same base products.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, you can vary the mix of bacteria that you're using for your fermentation. You can vary the temperature range that you're introducing the bacteria. Then the temperature that you age the cheese at affects it. How much moisture is in the cheese. We talked about when we were filling the forms of Carmody, feeling that we had the right moisture content there. Well, that will control the fermentation and then ultimately the texture and flavors that come out in the cheese.
Thank you so much for sharing an experience at the creamery yesterday and for this great tasting today. I'm so excited about your cheeses and the things that you're doing with them, and I'm just excited to share them with the world.
Well, thank you, Garrett. It's been really a fun couple of days.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun showing you around and letting you get your hands in the cheese there a little bit.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thank you.
Strong arms.
It's been a fantastic experience over the past couple of days. First, getting a chance to see what artisanal cheese making really looks and feels like. And then today, being here at Relish, tasting all the different ways to experience ricotta cheese. It's been amazing. I hope you'll join us next time when we continue to unlock the magic behind transforming raw ingredients into foods that are spoiled to perfection.
Spoiled to Perfection is brought to you by Bubby's. See us online at bubbys.com. And remember to eat my pickles, wear clean underwear, and marry a doctor.